We actually got into the hair sheep business about 6 years ago. And so we're doing a couple of research projects here. We're basically looking to see if we have any parasite resistant genetics. We know that the St. Croix breed is fairly parasite resistant, or at least tolerates it better. So we're looking if we have any individuals within this whole flock out here that are very parasite resistant, and so far we've been very pleased. We're also doing a comparison of rotational grazing versus consistent grazing or constant grazing to see if the differences in rotational grazing will reduce the parasite load. Well, even our wool breeds that we have out here are mostly raised for meat in this state. The difference is, though, that they handle the colder temperatures extremely well, but they don't handle the heat and humidity that we have in the summer, and that's where the hair sheep have worked extremely well.
So as far as management on the hair sheep, it's way less intense. The wool sheep that we have at the barn, we have to be with them quite a bit, especially during lambing season. So we will actually do night checks at times and pull sheep if we need to, or deliver sheep, put them in jugs, things like that, and manage them much more intensely. These hair sheep out here are much more of a commercial setting.
We manage them more like we handle cattle operation. Basically, yeah, we're there. We watch them every once in a while at lambing time to make sure there's not any problems. But for the most part, they're on their own. Just like that mature cow or that brood cow will do a good job of getting her calf up and taking care of her. The same thing goes on with these girls, and we really don't worry about them very darn much. They work extremely well because they are very heat tolerant and somewhat parasite tolerant.
So as far as the wool sheep, we'll actually shear most of the lambs at the barn. We actually haul our sheep to a sheep shearer, pay him $5 to $7 a head to actually shear those ewes twice a year. Mainly just to keep them cool. Heat stress is real. Oklahoma is obviously a very hot state, and there's times where, if the wind don't blow enough, that there are times that those wool breeds can get heat stress, and that becomes an issue.
Well, basically our wool sheep, if you lambed in April and May around here, you're going to have a 5 to 10% death loss throughout the summer because they don't handle the heat and humidity well at all.
These guys out here in this pasture, they love it. The hotter and drier, the better.
The only real parasite that we deal with are internal parasites, and really the biggest one is the roundworm. It's just the common roundworm. It is a huge problem in the goat industry around here. It is a huge problem in the wool sheep industry around here, and we have to deworm as much as every 60 days when we go through the summer, whereas these hair sheep and the projects that we've been doing for the last 5 or 6 years, basically we're deworming about 4 or 5 out of these 70 or 80 ewes during the summertime, and that's about it. The biggest thing is with the strength of our Bermuda grass pastures and our summer forage in the state of Oklahoma, the hair sheep are made perfectly for that. The fact that they are somewhat parasite resistant, I'm not saying they're parasite resistant, but somewhat resistant is a huge positive as compared to our wool breeds out there. So there are some real positives with the summer forage that we have available in the use of hair sheep.